Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Good morning. I'm trying. It's early. I got some of my cards. I got some of them. Alrighty. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. Good morning. I got a big fluff ball of hair today. My dad's working on the I feel like he's so close to me. My dad's working on the boiler, so freaking no hot water till like noon. I'm not happy about that. But hey, it's Friday. It's Friday. How are you guys? Look at me. I can somewhat see you. I was going to try to do no glasses, but it didn't really work out for me. Good morning. You guys are so funny. Thank you. You're so funny. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Nothing feels better than that. Ooh, I don't know what song that is. That just came to me. There you go. There's your weekend song. Nothing feels better than that. I don't know what that's all about. I am early. Yeah, well, my kids are on the bus by like 6:45. I went and got my coffee. And then boom, I'm here. You know what I mean, jelly beans? I feel like my hair's crooked. I feel like it's a little crooked and a little high. Back to life, back to reality. Oh, freaking flyaways. My hair's just breaking. Can't hear me? You can't hear me? I'll turn you up. I'm a little quiet though. Because I'm just trying to wake up. I'm just trying to wake up. Nothing feels better than that. Ooh, who knows that song? I don't know which portal. I know the Lion Gate's open for a while. I think that one's still open. It's not, a lot of people think it's just like one day. Don't go deaf. Nothing feels better than that. Okay, anybody else know any other lines in that? Saturn's direct. It's been direct. Well, I feel the effects. You got the post shadow, pre-shadow, post shadow, pre this, pre that. Nothing feels better than that. You was tingling. This conversation sounds real dirty right now. It's just your crown chakra. Let's see if I win anything. Congratulations, you won a free order of hash browns. Oh man. Anywho, come alive, cats. Come alive. Come alive. Ooh, ooh. That's the sound of the police. Ooh, ooh. That's the sound of the police. Old school. Old school. Nothing feels better than that. Come on, guys. Someone's got to know what song that is. Someone's got to freaking know what song that is. Is it Khalid? It might be. Oh, it's called I Would If I Would If It. If I Would If I Could. What? Sounds like the little engine that could. KRS-One. I knew that one. Well, Mama, you always know the old ones. I need you there. I need you here for those. I'm not one where like people are like, okay, we're gonna go to this concert, and I've told you guys plenty of times, but I got a whole bunch of new ones. But I'm not one where like, you want to go see this, and I'm like, fine, just sign me up because I love concerts. But I'll be like, no, I never heard of them. And then I'll get there and be like, I know the whole damn soundtrack. It's, you know, like my dad will like test me with like classic rock or something because grew up with it, right? And sometimes like I'll know the answers, and other times I won't. Like the ones where he's like, I think this is so and so. I'm like, no, I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. Sometimes I'm right. Sometimes. Taking it in, taking it in. Nothing feels better than that. Vinny's out there chewing up a box. The lipstick color. You guys ask me every winter. It's the original winter color I like, and it's not winter. This one's L'Oreal, though. L'Oreal. I forget. I'm sorry. It's the same one as last year, if you know, to go back in videos. All right, weekend energy. Weekend energy. Ooh, ooh, weekend energy. Should be a good weekend. Good morning. Good morning, loves. It's a turquoise stone or something else. What are you guys talking about? Are you guys talking about my necklace with the turquoise stone? It's opal. This thing, the minute I put it on, did it activate my throat chakra. Insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Opal's expensive. I didn't realize it was that expensive until I put it around my neck, and I was like, oh, how much is it again? Are we sure? Are we sure? Because this is little. Are we sure? And then I got home and my daughter's like, wow, I really like your new necklace. I'm like, yeah, I'm not sharing this one for a little while. Yeah. My birthstone's a ruby. I had a beautiful ruby ring. I swear my ex-husband pawned it. And he didn't even pawn stuff. It was just like a moment in time. I think we had split. He swears he didn't. But I caught him like pawning stuff, like CDs. And I'm like, what are you doing? I was super bummed out because I really liked it. I need to replace it. I probably, the next 3 stones is a must for me, is emerald, ruby, and what is that one? It's like teal, not turquoise, like an aquamarine. God, I can't remember. Oh, topaz, thank you. Yeah, I had one when I was little, and I lost that too. It was one of my favorites. So bang, Lord of Domination. Lord of Domination. Your ex pawned your jewelry. Yes. See, I don't know why people like. I don't know. I was so disappointed with him. He probably did it for a freaking ounce of weed. I'm not lying to you. He probably thought he could make his money back or something. And I'm like, it was at one point, like when we split, I don't know, it was like 20 years ago, probably. Yeah, it was probably about 22. No, I had Jade younger than that, maybe like 22 years ago. Oh, probably for a fucking bag of weed. Oh, you kidding me? Absolutely. I don't miss those days going to the corner store. I'm just going to the corner store to grab an L. Okay. Okay. An hour later. 1 hour later. I feel like SpongeBob. 1 hour later. Like, really? Really, buddy? Oh, 2 hours. Oh, you must have got a Garcia Vega, because those are a little harder to roll with. I know, right? Because you got to unravel a leaf. Fucking bullshit. God, I don't miss those days at all, by any means. Any of you miss those days? Fuck no. Oh, and all the days where the boys got their back. Oh, who you with? Oh, I'm with so-and-so. I'm with so-and-so. I'm with so-and-so. Oh, you were with Chino. Oh, okay, because I'm pretty sure Chino just stopped by the house to see where you were at. Oh, you with Tito. Oh, yeah. Because I'm pretty sure he was just with Chino. Okay. Oh, I met Edwin. I just, I hope you guys still are not in those days. I hope you're not. I hope you're not. Motherfuckers. Billy and Mike, who I'm going to the concert with, right? Playing CeeLo. I know, all these O's, right? Chino, CeeLo. I used to love CeeLo, though. Freaking, I always had the dollar bills. Why? Why do you think I always had dollar bills? Freaking ridiculous. When I met him, I remember his chains. No, I'm telling you, this was my life. This was my life. His chains were no joke. I was like, oh, damn. That's shiny. Like, I think you have enough of them, though. Like, we don't need any more. Can you stop buying kicks and chains and weed? We have children now. Can you stop? We don't need any more. That was my life, troops. For real. Troops everywhere. That was my life. You know? You sit at home with the other girlfriends. Guys just going to the store real quick. You know? I used to get pissed, though. Like, it was funny. His boys, they used to get pissed because we were in the cypher, right? You got to go a certain way. And I'd always sit right next to him because I hated sharing it. But eventually it made it back around to me anyway with 10 other people's mouths on it. It's like, what the fuck? Back in the day, going in cellars, 40s. What was that other one I loved? Alizé. Listening to music. It actually reminds me of the Wu-Tang Saga on Hulu. Like, what the fuck? That was like literally my life. How many times are we gonna roll around the strip? How many times are we gonna roll around the block? How many times are we gonna do this? God, I wouldn't change it, though. I did have a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of arguments, too. I'll tell you that. Oh, man. Hey, well, this millennium kids, at least you should be happy. You don't get skunk weed and kind of got me a little bit, though. Anywhoosie. All right, let's begin. Now that we got the cards I want. I don't miss the arguments. I don't miss any of that either. Coming home, turning around on you, like you did something wrong. Or them picking a fight so they can leave. I mean, I used to just laugh. Because I would just sit at home and get high with my friends. Like, see ya. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. When I tell you I smoked every day for like 20 days, I smoked every day. Every single day I smoked a blunt for like 20 days. And it didn't even get me high. It was to the point where it's like, I wasn't even high anymore. At that point, it was just a habit. it's just what, you know what I mean? Like, kids would go to bed, we would smoke. It was, I don't even understand. Like, I look back at certain things and I'm like, I don't even know why I did half the things I did. That's probably how I stayed in a relationship for so damn long. I'm not kidding. Because none of it makes sense. I'm telling you. Seriously. Like, I can't even smoke anymore. It doesn't do anything for me. It just doesn't. I mean, I did the lollipops for a little while. Like, cause after he was gone, I didn't really smoke. I was like, why don't I save some money? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why don't we save some money? You know how much money I saved being out of a relationship with him? A ridiculous amount of money. But then I did the oils for a while and the lollipops. And then I stopped, and then I started smoking weed. I smoked weed. Remember I smoked the fake weed with Ash one day and I was dying laughing with you guys? Well, I wasn't on with you guys, but I was telling you the story the next day when I was like, she's like, you're so funny. And I'm like, yeah, really? I don't think I'm that, like, it's not my type of comedy or something. It was funny at the moment. But I think I like smoked like a couple years ago. Didn't do nothing for me. It actually did something weird, really weird. And I was like, oh, I'm not doing this anymore. So, anywho, actually, I will tell you, my ex husband, he was way happier on weed. Like, if he didn't have weed, like, you didn't want to be in a relationship with him. If he wasn't high, you didn't want to be 10 feet next to him. Anyone ever been in that type of relationship where if somebody wasn't fucking high, you didn't want to be around them? That was my world for a little while too. Oh, you don't have any. Oh, now you're mad at me because I won't let you go spend the money. I hope you guys aren't in situationships like that anymore. I hope I taught you something. It took me a long time to learn. Like, fuck. For spiritual purposes, right? I would tell myself that. If I was to smoke like one day, I'd be like, oh, I'm just going to do it for spiritual purposes. See what happens. No, I know it messes with me now in a different way. My brain function is just different. I wouldn't have, I would never do like drugs or that sounded silly. Well, say no to drugs, but I wouldn't ever do coke. I did coke for a little while when I was younger. I've told you guys that story. That didn't last long. That messed me up. I can't believe we're talking about this. But acid was my choice for sure. For sure. Um, but I would never do that again. Like after I had my babies, my first one, I never really did it again. But could you imagine being an adult tripping your balls off? Like when you used to do it as a kid. I'm people do it all the time. People that are still addicted to drugs, right? But like knowing that I have children, I wouldn't chance it. I've seen too many things go wrong. You know what I mean? With certain people, I really have. But I couldn't even imagine with all my chakras being open and being so awakened. You know what I mean? And then doing something like that. Could you imagine? Could you imagine what it would do to you? Oh my God. My poor parents when I was teenagers. Yeah, there's obviously a reason why we're talking about this again because we haven't discussed this in a very long time. But like, I'm just saying, like, in general, like, I was an awful teenager. Oh, so much trouble. Oh, so much trouble. I was so much trouble. My children, like, thank God. Lonnie gives me the rent for my money, though, I'll tell you that. So just say no to drugs. Okay, I guess that's the whole reason why we're having this conversation. Just say no. It's not worth it. Like these fucking things that I'm stopping, not worth it. But mama, back in the days, I know, right? Back in the days, I'm gonna tell you, back in the day, what direction, what block you're gonna go to, who's gonna hit you up, you know, who's paging you, because this one really wants to page you right here, and then you got that one that doesn't want to let you go. Oh, remember being that girl? Remember being that girl as if you were all like me? Remember being that girl? Oh, damn. Edibles? Yeah, no. I don't like edibles. A lot of people like edibles. I do like the lollipops. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love the lollipops. But I don't have time to sit around and do nothing being high anymore. Like I don't. It doesn't serve me. I'm not the type that gets off my ass and starts cleaning and scrubbing and the floors and no, that shit knocks me out and it gives me the munchies. That simple. So Kill Bill tripping. Yeah. I troop. When I used to trip, I would go like this in a circle. I'm surprised like there wasn't like a track mark on carpets for me just going like this. People were like, "Gosh, she's just tripping." And then I would scratch my head like this for like the last hour. And I'm like, why do I do this? What? Oh my God, the tripping stories. I was just telling somebody the tripping stories the other day. Someone thought we were killing them when we went to Fun Spot. We got out of the car. It was awful. I've told this story before too. I don't even know how I'm alive, some of these things. And I'm like, oh, they're like, oh, well, you know, I brought City Boys to Fun Spot up in New Hampshire. I think we were going to Wares. Mind you, right? So all like, all right, I got my licorice because when I used to trip, I used to have licorice, not Twizzlers, like the red licorice. Stopped and got that. I was like, let's go to Fun Spot. So we got up there. Okay. I have anxiety thinking about it. So we oh, Jesus, I don't even want to tell this story. Well, I'm gonna tell you. So he's like, it all starts, right? Our usernames. We got makeup name. We got Larry in the front seat, and we got Edwin. Now we have Manny in the front seat. Right, Edwin didn't come. So it was Manny and Larry. So we're all, mind you, okay, me and Danny in the back, we're all tripping our balls off, driving, okay, 2 hours away from Massachusetts. Larry all of a sudden goes, you know what triggers it? A purple hat, okay? He sees a purple hat on the car. And this is when he's like, it's a military thing, right? I have anxiety talking about this story. I'm not lying to you right now. It's like, breathe. It was awful. So he's driving. Now me and Danny are like, he keeps going around the rotary, around and around and around. Like, I'm not kidding, to the point where we're like, Larry, you know, he's talking about the purple hat. I'm like, Larry, why are you going around the rotary like this? Like, this is when we started noticing, like, oh shit, we need to get him like a little more focused. So now he's like, oh my God, do we help him? Do we help him? He's on the side of the road. Do we help him? But he already had like AAA or something, right? That was like already there, right? So we're like, no, Larry, let's just go. And Manny, he's just, you know, bumping the beats, playing the same freaking track over on the freaking CDs. And Danny's like, chill out, Courtney, it's going to be fine. And I'm like, no, Larry's not okay. And then next thing you know, you got Larry in the car, and Larry's like, will I make it to my own bed tonight? Do I want to go home? Do I want to see Natalie? What will so and so think? Blah 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 blah. And I'm here like there's something wrong, right? And you got Danny and Manny flowing, going back and forth, rhyming, thinking they're better than whoever we're listening to. And I'm sitting there like, this is a massive, massive problem. Okay. So we're driving a little more. And Larry's going really, really fast on back roads, like really, really, really fast. And I was like, Danny. And now I'm like, Danny. Like, and he's like, caught. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I know I'm tripping. I'm tripping my balls off right now. Like, I know. But why is he flying? He's like, he's not. He looks at the speedometer and he's like, oh, damn. He's like, slow down, Larry. Slow down. Slow down, Larry. And Manny's like, now Manny's shook, right? He's frozen in the front seat. Slow down, Larry. It took him forever. So now Danny's like, Manny, grab the wheel. Manny, grab the wheel. And I'm like, this is like not happening right now. Like, tell me this isn't happening, right? So now Danny got Larry in a headlock. Mind you, Larry's driving, okay? While Danny's got him in a headlock, telling him to pull over, whipping around freaking corners. Will I ever sleep in my bed? Yada, yada, yada. Manny, hit the brakes. Manny, hit the brakes. Like, it was awful. And I don't know what made him stop the car. Not because he was getting hemmed up by any means, right? God forbid you were getting choked up. Anyway, he stops the car. Now, Danny gets out of the freaking car. Everybody out of the car. Everybody out of the car. Okay? I'm stuck in my seatbelt, tripping my balls off. Okay? I'm like, what the fuck right now? I can't get out. I can't get out. It's like panic, right? Danny's like, Manny, help her. Manny, help her. And next thing you know, Danny grabs like a knife. He must have like a pocket knife on him or something. He cuts me out of my seatbelt. We literally had to pull Manny out of the car because he was like in shock, right? Now, Larry, is there anyone left in the car? Danny's like, Larry, get the fuck out of the car. You're not okay. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Nope. Larry takes off. Now we're in the middle of East Bumfuck in New Hampshire. It's like midnight, 1 o'clock. Now I'm with Danny and Manny that are wicked paranoid right now. Okay? Paranoid. I can feel it in my heart. I can still remember the feeling. Pitch dark. They're like, oh, we're in East Bumfuck. This is like the neighborhood where people like you go on the lawn, shoot you with a shotgun, blah, 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 blah. And I was already like living in New Hampshire. So I was, it's not like that, but it is like that. I said, but it might be like that. So now I'm tripping thinking, oh my God. So now we all got a plan. We're like, we got to stay real close to the side of the road. Okay. Real close to the side of the road so we can dip if we need to dip. We're like, okay, mind you guys, we're all tripping our fucking balls off in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Pitch fucking dark. I was more worried about bears than people coming out with shotguns. All right. So they're like, we got to stay real close because if Larry comes back, he could hit us. Right. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. Going like 90 around, whipping around corners. I'm like, there's a chance there because Larry was ready to take his life. You know, it was that bad. So next thing you know, we see these cars, right? We see these freaking cars come flying for us. And Danny's like, jump. Manny already freaking jumped. Manny's already in the fucking ditch, right? So I'm like, oh my God. So he's in the ditch and we all jump. And next thing you know, Daniel, yeah, Manny, Perez, Danny, Courtney, like screaming our names. We're like, what the fuck, right? So we dipped. It was the cops because now they're coming straight at us and we're tripping our balls off. And we thought it was Larry, like coming to like take us out. Okay, it was the fucking cops. They knew all of our names. So we get out of the ditch, mind you, tripping our balls off, wet, soaked. It's like winter. Okay. The cops. Okay. Mind you, I was holding the weed. Okay. I believe I was holding the acid too. So we're telling the cops, because the cops are like, you know what, Larry? We're like, yeah, we know Larry. We just got out of the car. This is the situation. So now we're sitting on the curb, right? We're telling the story to the cops. All of these cops, there had been like 3 or 4 of them. We're not lying to them. We're like, listen, it all started with the purple hat. It all started with Larry going into like this schizophrenic thing over a purple hat. We're literally telling the cops we're tripping our balls off. Like trashed, tripping and trashed, okay? And fucking high. They're like, okay, blah, 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 blah. Everybody get in the fucking car. Get in your car, get in your car. So mind you, they put me in the car with a dog, with a drug dog. So the guy's like, do you have anything on you? I'm like, no. They're like, well, my dog wouldn't be doing this if you didn't have something on you. Are you sure? And I'm like, I'm sure. I'm just wicked scared of dogs. I made it up, you know? And they're like, well, you should probably stop, because just try to calm down, because the dog can sense something. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like freaking out. The dog's barking. Okay. Middle of fucking nowhere. I'm tripping my balls off. Probably got a half an ounce of freaking weed on me. I'm just like, and you know what? I had a blunt because we were smoking a blunt. I put the blunt in my bun. Okay. Like, I was reeking of weed. So we get to the store. Now we see Larry talking to the other cop. So all the cops get together and they're like, okay, like out of the blue, we get to the store, not even the police station, the store. They're like, Larry's willing to bring you guys home. We're like, what? They're like, yeah, we're going to let you go. You have an hour to get out of our town. We're like, what? Well, now we're like, okay, this is great. Like, we're being set free, you know, tripping our balls up. Like, this is great, you know, like, we're out. And then they're like, but Larry will bring you home. We were like, no, we just told you Larry's tripping his fucking balls off. Like, what do you mean, Larry? You want us to get in the car with the same person that just tried to kill us? You know? But initially, I forgot to tell when we got pulled over, they were like, you're wanted for homicide. We're like, what? Because Larry said that we were trying to kill the person with the purple hat. I totally left out that story. But anywho, they're like, you want to ride with Larry? We're like, no, we don't want to fucking get in the car with fucking Larry. We just told you all freaking drugged out. You want us to get in the car with Larry? So mind you, Larry went home. There was a girl that stopped at the store. Her name was Charity. We're like, we'll give you $100. Can you just bring us home? And she's like, well, we convinced her. So she brought us home. Craziest fucking story. Okay. That's not the first time I've gotten myself in those situations. And I came out alive. Okay. So that's my story. But that was one of the most craziest stories where I was tripping. Okay. And the cops letting us go. And letting him get in the car and go. Dana didn't talk to Larry for like 2 fucking years. He was like, I don't care if you're having a meltdown or not. Like, you almost killed all of us. Crazy ass stories. You want a stories? Court's got stories. Okay, that was my life. Fuck. What are we, a half hour in? We'll have to timestamp this. But, so yeah, say no to drugs, please. Say no to drugs. We didn't even stop at light. Do you remember? I can't even tell you how many times I'm coming home myself, tripping, driving. Okay. Like, thank you, God, for keeping me alive and not hurting anybody else on the roads. Like, I'm not kidding. Right. I remember times being like, is that green or is it red? I don't see any other headlights. And you should be mad at me for that. Well, not anymore, but I was mad at myself for that, because that's how I tell my kids. It's not how careful you drive necessarily. It's how cautious you are on the roads with other people and keeping your distance with certain situations. It really is the truth, guys. You know, because I only did that. I think I did it twice. So I was like, you can't ever do that again. But I did that. So I remember coming home. Do you know how many times I walked in my front door when I had already moved out with a gun to my head because my dad thought I was breaking in, thought I was a burglar because I didn't live there anymore. Okay. Like, I was that type of teenager. I remember Dee's coming home and be like, where have you been? And I'm just like, we'll talk about this in the morning, as if I was a grown-ass adult. Like, we're not talking about this right now. We'll talk in the morning. You know how many times I've had the door taken off the hinges in my bedroom? Like, I'm not playing with you guys. Like, fucking, Unbelievable. So say no to drugs, because I don't know why we're even talking about this. All right, so just say no to drugs, because not everybody is that lucky. You know what I mean? Like, I've even told my two oldest kids that story because I said, don't ever do what we did. But they overheard me telling the story one day, what Danny did. So we ended up telling them the story. I was like, don't ever be this person, and don't ever try to throw that back in my face and be like, well, you did it once. And it's like, no, you need to understand, like, you need to be aware that there's people like this on the road. So I guess just raise your awareness, because I really have no idea why we were just talking about all that. But I was 18. Well, that, I mean, I'm not justifying anything, but that's like the last time I tripped. But from like 15 to 18, that was my thing. I got lucky. It definitely kind of shaped me though. I always knew after having those kids though, like I could never go back to like certain things. I remember one Thanksgiving, I'll tell you one more. One Thanksgiving, I came home. I was like high on coke, and it was Thanksgiving. I dipped out in the morning. Had to been like 16, and they were pissy with me anyway. And they're like, you got to go to the little kid table, like because all the adults, we only had so much room. We have a huge family. I'm 16. Why do I have to go to the kid table? Lost my shit. Lost my shit. And then they're like, that's when they realized they're like, she's on something. No, 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 I'm not. Thanksgiving. Snorting lines in the freaking bathroom. And then getting bent out of shape that I had to sit at the little kid table. Okay? And that was awful. I only did coke for like 3 weeks. And then I went to something else that was more hardcore. I'll tell that story another day. And that's what ended everything. I was like, that was stupid. People do stupid shit. I might as well tell you because it's the whole point of the whole thing. Okay? Be careful, because we were so high on coke, okay, that we ran out of coke. And the only thing that was cheaper at this point was crack, okay? So what did we all do? We all smoked a little crack. All right. I came home. It was probably like 3 in the morning. I'm like shaking my mom. I'm like, Ma, Ma, Ma. She's like, what? I'm like, I can't breathe. I did something really stupid. We ran out of coke and I smoked crack. What? Turn on the lights. Blah, 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 blah. Freaking ambulance. Like, it was like warfare. Like, and then never again did I touch anything. So the whole point of the whole story, guys, like, just say no to drugs in general, because they say weed doesn't lead to this. But if you're high enough, it can. It can. Okay? Or coke doesn't lead to that. No, it can, because we were so high off fucking coke, we decided to smoke crack. Okay? So, yeah, one drug does lead to another. All right? Just like one cigarette leads to another one. So just stay away. It doesn't make you any cooler. It doesn't make you any more, make you feel better than you thought it would make you feel. Like, honest to God, like, I still thank Spirit these days, and God, for like getting me through my years. Okay? So, yeah, that's a thing. So, when you're really high on coke, trust me, there's a chance you might smoke crack. Okay? Like, I'm not playing with you guys. Be good people. Okay? So, I'm talking about, I know what I'm talking about. I've done some shit. And to this day, I told myself, I cannot believe, like, I'm horrified I even told you that. But yeah, that happened. That literally happened. So there's definitely a reason why we're having this conversation. And don't think one thing doesn't lead to another. And I'm a huge advocate when it comes to like, oh, I think pot's really good for this, 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 and this. But I'm telling you, like, when you're young, dumb, and stupid, one thing does lead to another. Okay. if you're responsible enough and you're strong enough to really say, no, I'm good, I'll just smoke, or no, I'm good, I don't need to drink. If you have that type of character and strong will, that is amazing. But there's not too many people at that age that have that type of character and strong will. It's not worth it. It doesn't matter what age you are. Okay. So I don't know. Somebody needed to apparently hear my stories. Crack did nothing for me. This one, I'm telling you, it fucked me up. Could you imagine waking up your parent at 3 in the morning, shaking them, shaking them, shaking them, shaking them? We ran out of coke and we smoked crack, and now I feel funny and I can't breathe. I did some shit. Okay. And I thank my lucky stars that I'm alive and blessed. And so, honest to God, if you were that type of teenager and you did that shit, make sure you thank your spirit guides. Okay? Because they looked out for you. I'll tell you that. So, the bottom line is one thing can lead to another. I'm not really saying it starts with weed, but I'm just saying be careful. Be careful what you say yes to. Be careful what you say no to. We all do stupid shit. Oh, I'm gonna get to the reading, Ashley. If you can't have patience, you can come back and somebody will timestamp it for you. Okay? Okay. So yeah, I guess sometimes stories like this help other people. You know what I mean? You're not the only one that did stupid shit. You're not the only one that finds yourself in fucked up situations. You're not the only one that fell in love with this one. You're not the only one that yada yada. Okay? It will be okay. It will be okay. Look, I just told you guys funny stories and we weren't even around a campfire. You know? Yeah, it was definitely meant to be here, but I try not to look at it that way either. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I don't really know the reasons behind it. But I like even knowing who I am and where I'm going and you know, I still don't take that for granted. I don't because I just don't. So don't take your life for granted either. Just be careful on what you do, how you treat other people. Okay? It's important. Public service announcement for you guys. All right? So, not everyone's a freaking saint. Some people will have really hard lives and traumatic experiences and certain stuff. They're meant to shine light on certain stuff. And I don't know. I hope it helps someone. Because I don't, when I talk about stuff like that, not that it's humiliating. Well, kind of, sort of. Not like the tripping stories, but like driving and not knowing if it's green or red. Like that's heartbreaking to me because what if that was my child? Like it's so heartbreaking to me. You know that I did shit like that. So be smart. Please be smart about the decisions you make in life and don't take life for granted and just because you know you're going places or just because you know you're spiritual and you're protected, don't think you can get away with stuff you might not be able to get away with. Okay, it's hard, especially with kids. You know, a lot of everyone dies or gets addicted to drugs. It's all part of the family tree, the conditioning, the karma, and it sucks when you play part of it and you got to be an advocate for something because that happened and that person can't be an advocate. Like you don't know people's karma. You don't know what people have gone through necessarily. Like I know it's so cliche when they're saying be kind and this and that, but it is, if you can't be kind, keep your mouth shut. Okay. So apparently there was a big meaning to all of this. We're not all lucky like that. I don't even know if I would call it luck. I think it's just, I don't know. Like I tell myself, I had a great childhood and I feel like I did, but like spirit tells me otherwise. It's almost like I did, but like there was something that must have happened at a young age that was really traumatic. You know what I mean? And you block it out when I guess you tell yourself, well, you think you did. And then I look back and I'm like, okay. I mean, I had fun doing this, and this, but like now that I think about it, there's something there's something there that apparently needs to be acknowledged too. So we don't even realize the stuff or the impact we have on our own kids and families sometimes. So just thank you, little spirit guides, for watching your back and still being alive. And you know I don't think I was ever at the point where I'm like consider myself like a survivor and hooked to this, or you know what I mean, like, but fucking just be thankful, I guess. Honest to God, we did some shit. And it's ironic, I'm wearing my wake up call shirt. Wake up call. Okay. So I don't know, life can be taken pretty freaking quick. And it is linked to karma. So let's step out of this energy and step into weekend energy. Nothing feels better than this. And there's all sorts of numbers, and I don't know. I don't know what the whole point of all this was, but just take care of yourselves. If there's somebody around in your life like that, try to take care of them. I don't know. To an extent, you know? Just stop thinking you're damn guides and stop being a better role model. I'm not saying y'all gotta like repent and go to church and do all this stuff. I mean, you want to go ahead. But I'm just saying, like, I guess life can be short, and just do what makes you happy. Be thankful. Yeah, kids overdosing all the time. Drugs, like people back in the day, our drugs weren't cut. Like in the 50s and 60s, drugs weren't cut. So many. That's why there's so many more survivors. You know what I mean? These days, everything's fucking cut. Like you could do Molly, or you could do this, or you could do that, and your life could be taken just like that. It's the reality of it. You know, you gotta make choices, especially when it comes to kids and parenting, and what you allow and what you don't allow. And it's hard, and people can judge, and you know. So I remember one time Jade was like, I think she was like 18, 17, 18, and I caught her smoking in her bedroom. And she's like, oh shit. And I was like, yeah, oh shit. But then she's like, well, you and dad always smoke, because they knew they weren't stupid. We smoked every day. And so I had to have a conversation with her. And then one day, so I thought she like got the picture, right? I was like, all right, you're fine. Just don't drive. Just, stay home. And it wasn't me playing cool parent. I gave her the lowdown. And I was like, well, let me tell you, it doesn't make you any freaking smarter. It might not make you dumber. And I'm not saying one thing leads to another with weed necessarily. I said, but it's not going to make you any smarter. It's going to kill your brain cells. I think it was a week later. She had like, I came home and there was like 4 people in the bedroom. They're all freaking smoking the bong. I was like, I lost my shit. I was like, I am not that parent. You are not going to sit in the bedroom and smoke the bong with all your fucking friends. I yelled at all their friends, and I yelled at Jade, and I was like, I don't know who the fuck you think you are. I said, all of you, don't ever come to this house again and think you're getting away with this, and this is the cool house, and this is the cool mom, and blah, blah, blah. You have to lay down your limits. You can't be that parent either. You know what I mean? But like, I was okay if she was going to smoke in your bedroom. Do it by yourself or with your girlfriend or with your boyfriend. Don't leave the house. Don't have plans on leaving the house. Don't think you're going to have a couple beers because you're not old enough for that shit either. You know what I mean? So you gotta be smart about that too. You know what I mean? Because I won't be that fucking parent. I am not that parent. But you know, you want to sit in your bedroom and maybe smoke a joint. Like I don't know. You know what I mean? But like you are not inviting all fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry over the freaking house and thinking you're getting away with that, and I'm just gonna be chill with it and be like, okay, as long as you don't drive. No, I'm not that one either. Insensible when it comes to raising your children these days too. You know what I mean? You got to make sure they got a head on their shoulders. You gotta let them know one thing leads to another. You don't got to tell them about all your experiences because you might have one of those kids that turn around and be like, well, you did it. Okay. So there was a meme the other day that I saw. I forget what it was. I wish I could remember. It was kind of about parenting. Something like if you raise your kids right, you'll be awesome grandparents. If you raise your kids wrong, you'll be raising your grandchildren. Something like that. It made a lot of sense. There's a lot of science behind it too. So be careful what you condone and how you talk to children and what you allow. My daughter went to remember last summer my daughter got called. The cops freaking got called because my daughter was on at the graduation party where the parents let all the kids drink. And I was like, okay. I got called, but Lonnie was passed out in the car on the side of the road because she didn't drive, but she decided to sleep in the car. But because she was still on their property, she didn't get arrested. But they called me to come get her. If she was in the house, she would have got arrested with the other 20 kids. And the parents are actually doing jail time, one after another. So it almost reminds me of Real Housewives in New Jersey, how Teresa went and then the husband went. Joe, is that what it was? Yeah. These parents are doing the same shit because they allowed it because they were in the household. Okay, so just be careful. Be careful what you allow and how lenient you are, and you can still be friends with your kids, but there's got to be limitations. There's got to be boundaries, just like everything else, guys. You know what I mean? Like, you still got to play parent. You still got to step your game up when somebody decides to mouth off and think they can get away with it. Or, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I kind of got that under wraps. But you still always have that one kid that was probably like me that's like, luckily I do not have that child. But I guess I'm just raising awareness. I don't know. I wish you guys could talk back like we're a radio show, podcast. I should do like a podcast live so we can all share stories like this one day. You know, that was like Kaden the other day. Remember last Christmas he wanted Gucci slippers, and I was like, I don't care how much money I have, I'm not buying you Gucci slippers. There's a new brand out there that one of his friends has. It was like a $6,000 pair of sneakers. They're like Italian. They're nice sneakers. I forget the name of them. I'm like, oh, they got a fancy name too. And I was like, no. because we're in a Richie town. I spent $150 on his kicks. One of these parents spent $6,000 on a pair of sneakers. No. Like, that to me is just, it's wrong. You're spoiling your children. Like, there is a way to spoil and not spoil. Like, it's so insane. Like, the standards that you're setting your kids up for, do you plan on giving them a silver spoon until they're 60? Where's the money going to go? Are they going to have an inheritance? Are you going to leave a legacy? Like, what are you doing? Like, why don't you invest in stocks? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Because when they're 18 or 20 and they decide to leave the house, are you just going to support them your whole life? Like, you're setting, not, I want to say you might be, okay, you might be setting your kid up to fail if you're playing in that role. Because if you're buying your child $6,000 sneakers, Balenciaga, something like that, in 7th grade, there's a problem. Okay, a kid's gonna have a damn Ferrari when he's 16. Not okay. Not okay. Anywho, I'm gonna run to the bathroom before we finish the read. We got 5 cards down. Jesus fucking me. I don't know. This was like story day. Story day. It was time to tell stories. So I hope it helped. Why don't you guys tell each other stories? I can't get up yet. My foot's sleeping. My foot's sleeping. Ooh, ooh. No, we're an hour in. We're gonna have to timestamp this. Sorry, troops. I should probably just get out of this and like who said La Mama? What was it, back in the day? I feel like I got something in my teeth here. I guess not. I had some spinach and like a little quiche. An hour in, I know it. I literally feel like I should like start a new one. Just, talking about back in the day. But I don't know, maybe there's somebody on here that's thinking, maybe you don't know. Maybe you're going to go to a party this weekend. We do have the Ace of Cups, You better be careful. It's sitting next to Pence. How do you know someone's not going to slip something in your drink? You got to be careful. You know what I mean? There's a point to everything we just shared. Yeah, we haven't chatted in a while. But I got to run downstairs to use the bathroom because my sister's in that one and my dad just tore the other one apart yesterday. I'm like doing a little kid dance. I didn't know that was a thing. Apparently, I really gotta go to the bathroom because I literally just did that. I don't think I've probably done that since I was a kid. So it's actually a thing. It's actually a thing. The pee-pee dance. All right, I'll be right back. Oh, and then I forgot to tell you. Remember the whole coke to crack? Well, one of the girls I was with ended up turning into a crackhead. Okay, and she passed away 2 years later. Okay, so there's a reason why we're telling all these stories. All right, so my foot's still asleep. So apparently there's something going on with drugs, but apparently there always is. Okay. Can't even look at the cards yet. Yeah, it is sad. It is sad. I so a majority of you know I came back home, okay, last year. Well, in 2019. I've been here for overextended amount of time. I laugh. I laugh. Um it's not as easy as you think it is, guys, right? But so we ride the bikes every night around the neighborhood, and the guy down the street growing up, he always has bikes, lawnmowers, snow blowers. You need it. He's like little fixer. He's like Bob the Builder in town, right? Always has for sale signs. My damn foot. Well, anyway, me and went camping a few weeks ago, and we were looking for a new bike, and because her chain broke, and I'm like, why don't we just go down the street? He always has bikes. He hasn't in a while. Let's just go down there and see if he can fix it. So we go down there, right? And we drop the bike off. Like the same day, my dad comes home and he's like, he knew we needed to fix the bike or whatever. So he happened to stop there too. And he's like, hey, my granddaughter's looking for a bike, blah, 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 blah. Or do you think you can fix it? And then he's like, wait a minute, what are you doing with my granddaughter's bike? Right? Leave it to my dad. And then he's like, oh, somebody dropped it off, yada, yada. This little girl's going camping, blah, 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 blah. Tell him the story. Well, come to find out, I used to hang out with this kid's son. Now, mind you, this kid's son was a drinker, pot smoker. I think I went there a few times. So the guy's like, there was a girl that used to live down the street that used to hang out with my son, Chris. Is that his name? I can't remember. She charged our phone bill, like third party charging, calling psychics or something. And I did do that when I was like 16. I used to call the 800 numbers. You know how expensive those shits got. So I would do third party calling, because back in the day, you could get away with calling the operator and say third party and charge it to any number you wanted. Okay? Can't get away with that these days. When I tell you I was slick, this girl was slick. All right? But I felt awful because he had just told my dad the story. So when I had to go pick up the bike, I was horrified. I was like, damn. I gotta own up to this shit. Like, it's catching up with me. Like, my past is catching up with me. Not in a bad way, but I was like, so I go and pick up the bike. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I was that girl that did that. His name was Jeff. I'm so sorry. I feel awful. It was rotten. Like, I'll pay you back. Like, do you remember how much it was? They're like, it's okay. At least you made it out alive. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, Jeff ended up, I guess, turning into a massive drug addict. And he's like the only one that survived and cleaned himself up. And I'm sitting there and she's like, do you remember so-and-so? He died 3 years ago. You remember so-and-so? He died like 10 years ago. Oh, and this one, the same year. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, the 5 kids I used to smoke with here and there down the street, 4 of them passed away becoming drug addicts. I'm like, holy shit. So I had to own up to like the whole bike thing and the whole phone bill thing. And they're like, oh my God, it's okay. You don't owe us anything. I'm like, I'm so sorry. They're like, we're just so glad you made it out alive. And I'm like, all I did was freaking do third party calls and smoke a little pot with your son and have a drink here and there in the cellar. She's like, you weren't the only one. We used to come home and open the closet doors and there'd be girls in the closet. I was like, well, good thing you never caught me in the closet. Because I've been caught in the closet, but not his, you know? So I was just like, 30 years later, that shit caught up with me. Or 25 years later, that shit caught up with me. But the whole point of that story, too, is that the 4 people there was 5, and he survived, but the 4 of them are gone. because one thing led to another. One died because of alcoholism, his liver or whatever, kidneys, whatever it was. But I was like, holy shit. But I have Mia right here. Okay, not right here, literally right now, but Mia knew when my dad was telling the story, and she's like, "Ma, what'd you do?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, probably shouldn't have done that, but I did. We could, and I felt awful. And then she's like, "Oh my God, so many people died." She's like, "Thank God you didn't like remain friends with that person." And I'm like, "No, it's not really that, like I could have." I said I was just strong enough not to choose to do this and that. And that's when I explained to her, you got to be smart enough not to do X, Y, Z, you know? So that came back around. That was embarrassing. I'm like, "What do I owe you? I'll write you a check. I'll go to the bank and get you cash." like, like this is my life. Like this, tell me this isn't happening. Oh, and then this kid I used to babysit down the street, Chris, his daughter, he obviously had a kid really young. The grandparents raised the daughter and go to school with my son. So he must have had a kid at like 14. 14, mind you. Okay? So it's so crazy being back here. And then having to own up to shit. Having your past catch up to you. Anywho, let's do weekend energy. Holy cannolis. So, we got 5 cards on the board. Okay. Let me get into this real quick. It was fun yapping with you guys about that though. So we have the 2 of Wands. I do have Facebook, but I keep that personal. Although I do have one of the pages, but I'm never on it. All right. So 2 of Wands, the Lovers, the Ace of Cups, 4 of Pence, and the Magician. I don't know if someone's trying to dominate a situation right now. It's like, listen to the divine voice, because this lover is all about a divine voice, right? It's cutting yourself free to chase love. Okay. There's some type of earthly contract, earthly power here. Lots of power, guys. You got 4 cards of power. Because the 2 of Wands is about dominating. You choosing a path, right? You don't got 2 wands in each hand. Like, ooh, which way do I go? No. It's almost like man up energy. Pick a wand, pick a direction, dominate it. This Lovers is the voice of the divine. That's powerful. Ace of Cups, power. Love is power. It's what things are rooted from. Okay. This 4 of Pence talks about the earthly power. This Magician, spiritual power. Very powerful read. And you're starting off with the 2 of Wands, so that the energy is moving, which is fantastic. Okay. And so energy's cruising, which is fantastic. Nothing stagnant right now. So let me get 5 more, and then we'll clarify with a different deck. Weekend energy. What's under the 2 of Wands? Justice. So the Lord of Truth. So this is stepping into your truth, owning your truth, dominating your truth. I don't see it as being like truthful. I think it's more, you know, being true to what you want. Weekend energy. Making a choice. Unconditional love. Planting roots. I feel like virgin energy. I don't know if I have some of you that are going to lose your virginity, but like, or born again virgin, however that is. I don't know how many years you got to take off before you're born again virgin. I don't know. How many years is that? Is it a year? Anyone know? That's a thing. So that's happening. Someone's been celibate for a long time. And it's like, whew. Okay. 3 of Swords with the Lovers. You could be dealing with a Gemini that's extremely upset right now. Or, you know, someone's hurt. Someone's, you know, someone's hurt, someone's sad, someone's upset. You got the 8 of Cups. So this 8 of Cups underneath the Ace of Cups, love was offered, love was here. It's universal, it's unconditional. It could have been extremely successful. Someone abandoned it, because this card is abandoned success. So I hate to say it and look at it that way, but somebody is abandoning something that could be extremely successful right now. Maybe they're afraid to hurt someone else. Maybe someone doesn't know how to dominate a situation. Now you got the 8 of Pentacles, so now you got 2 8s next to each other. Okay. But this is the Lord of Prudence. So there's someone has a lot of earth in their chart. And it's almost, to me, it's like, use your God-given earthly powers to manifest what you want. So it's almost like someone can manifest a situation back into their lives if you are good with the law of attraction. I feel like I don't see magic taking a role here, but if anyone's using magic, it's just herbs. But someone's trying to keep someone stuck. I don't know what that's about. Get one more and then we'll clarify. Saturn's definitely here. They made an appearance. So 6 of Pentacles. Okay. 7 of Pentacles with the Magician. Somebody was unfulfilled. So we still have a similar story on our board. And then the 7 of Cups. So you have 2 8s and 2 7s side by side. So there's some type of illusionary energy here. Not really confusion. I mean, someone, I got the chill, that just got really cold. I don't look at this as confusion. I think somebody could be fantasizing about how to create something. Somebody's in an unfulfilling situation. Someone walked away from love, heartache. There's 3 people here. There's obviously a third party. It's like, I just want this energy off my board. So if you have a chance this weekend to pick or choose, can you choose? Can you choose, please? Because it actually makes sense, right? Because as light workers, especially with Saturn being here, Saturn going direct, I'm surprised the King of Swords is not out, because it's the Aquarian energy um, of Saturn too. But I think somebody has lack of confidence, right? But there's a situation where somebody is unfulfilled. But I feel like everyone in this situation is unfulfilled. Something could have been extremely successful. So we probably are looking at that as being, some type of situationship. But right now, there's not. Someone could manifest something, but feels like they were in a situation where it's just let's on something else, because I don't want to be upset. I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be the third person. I don't want to take this away from someone. I don't want, I feel like, I don't know if you got a contract. There's a lot of earthly power here. A lot of power of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but it's the power you have on earth. And with the Magician being here, you could be dealing with a politician. But besides that, it's such a strong earth power. Like there's got to be, like, you were sent to earth to manifest something. It's clear as day. I don't know what that's about. To me, it's someone needs to step into the situation and take control of a situation. Take control of this karma. Maybe somebody is like, when they imagine something, they just think it's like illusionary, like fantasy, but it's like, my fantasy girl, with the Empress being underneath. Like, they fantasize having this. I feel like someone is way more dominating than they're leading on. Like, this is somebody who takes control, somebody who's powerful. I don't think you have a full sense of someone's power yet. I don't know if it's in a narcissistic way or a very dominating way. Someone definitely likes the SMN, but whatever floats your boat. Someone walked away from love. And I think tell me about the Two of Wands. There's definitely a lover. There could have been more than one. But something's already been rooted. Planted. It's like your future's here. It's like choose. See, it's like you have the Two of Wands, right? So it's like you are just standing here. But it's like, you gotta pick one. Someone can be at a distance from a Libra or a Gemini. You're seeing birds a lot. They're definitely talking to you. But it's like dominate, take control of your situation. if you're confused, if you feel like you're going nut, whatever your scenario is, you know, take control. Tell me about the Lovers. Got the Queen of Cups. You got a Cancerian in the picture now. Cancer, Gemini, Libra, Sag. Tell me about the Ace of Cups. The Fool. So with the Fool and the Ace of Cups, that's a brand new start. Like, that's your future, your destination, your destiny. Someone's destiny is here. Tell me about the Eight of Pentacles. You could be dealing with an Aries. Like, you could be dealing with an Aries. This is that powerful energy, domineering energy. It looks to be masculine. They hold some type of power, some type of ranking. Could be a politician, something about the Magician. It's just somebody in power, or like, it's like a masculine was sent, was placed somewhere. I got the Nine of Wands with the Death card. So this is a massive transformation. You might be dealing with a Scorp or a Cappy, but this King of Wands is very protective. Someone's a little arrogant. I don't think you're the only one that's fighting for something. I think there's someone might think something's over too. This to me is transformation. This is someone still has hopes of some type of commitment, a masculine energy maybe. Or they're thinking about work. This could be a boss. Or somebody's here to protect somebody else's work. Maybe their identity. I don't know what that's about. Someone holds power there, but it's like earthly power. Like, it's your time to go on this journey or something. Like, it's something's being like resurrected. So with Libra, with Justice, right, you have the Nine of Cups. Not saying you're being catered to. I feel like sometimes it could be someone who's closed off. But this is like a wish, like something coming true. Like, your future's here. It's like, step into the light. But I almost sang, and it's over now. It must have been love, but it's over now. There's a wish. Saturn's granting a wish. Jupiter's granting a wish. With the Three of Swords, you got the Seven of Swords. So there's deceptive energy, there's exterior energy, there's a third party, someone's being lied to, somebody's hurt. Gemini, Libra. It looks like there's either a Libra, Gemini, or a Cancer in a third party scenario, or Aries, or Cappy, or Scorp. It looks like it's between a Cancer and a Libra, possibly, or a Gemini. If we're going to go off major arcana, those are, if you literally, if there's two women in your life and one's a Libra, one's a Cancer, those are two totally different type of women. I feel like the Libra would be being lied to, while the Cancerian's taking a leap of faith and moving forward. The gentleman's coming in as Aries energy, which I'm not surprised, because when we were doing my little love separate zodiacs horoscopes, someone keeps coming in as an Aries. You could be any zodiac though, but like there's something strong here about with the Lovers and a Cancer and a Libra being here. So you could just be, someone could just be in like the fourth house type energy, or someone's just all about. See, we're going into Libra season 2, so I'm not sure, but I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think if anything, like this might be revealed in Libra season, exposed, because something might still be concealed. But it's, in order for someone to take a new start, it might be the King of Wands. Like this is happening over the weekend. Like I don't know if someone's gonna want a new start, like, but like, or someone's just all up in their head. For sure. With the 7 of Cups, someone might have options. Someone could be dating. I don't see the 3 of Cups out, but like somebody is hurt because they were in a third party. Lucy's dreaming. Someone got hurt, or someone's about to get hurt. Someone's already hurt. Tell me about the 8 of Cups. But this is Ace of Pence. Right under the Fool. Someone's having a brand new start. Someone's bugging. This is my like bugging out card. Someone's bugging about having a new start, choosing. Looks like someone's going to have a new start in love this weekend, but somebody gets hurt. It looks like once again we have like that wounded healer energy. Because if somebody's leaving somebody and you end up with somebody, or somebody might not be going towards somebody, but we have 2 women here with the Lovers, right? So like someone's still hurt even though they want a new start. Like I don't know if she offered a new start and he's like, I don't know what to do. This gentleman, his spirit animal is definitely an insect or a reptile or a bird, a lizard, a June bug, like a beetle. Their spirit animal is definitely one of those 3. Not like you guys would know that. Well, maybe not, but maybe they like lizards. I don't know. It took me forever to figure out my spirit animal. You don't just click on Google and, oh, someone told me my spirit animal is a goose. No. Looks like there's a new start this weekend in love. No, it's not love. Someone let that go to just have a new start in general. That's what that is. There's still love here, obviously. But someone's not pursuing that right this second. Eventually, this has to come out. It doesn't have to, but it looks like it might. The King of Wands is sitting. See, this is it. We have the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Cups. Somebody walked away from something that was unfulfilling, even though it was love and you had an opportunity. Maybe, with the Fool being here, I don't know if somebody jumped the gun. I don't know. But the King of Wands is sitting on the Four of Pence. It's like they're still holding on. They have some type of power over someone, a situation. But they're also sitting under the Eight of Pence. And this would be like entrepreneur energy. Like, I don't know if they own their own business or they hold some type of power. I don't think over a lover. This is like a different type of power that they're trying to tell me. And they're dominating something. You could be dealing with somebody who's, very dominating. This could be competition, or this is just them going back and forth. What do I do? What do I not do? Do I offer this? Do I offer that? Do I manifest this? Like, I think like they're daydreaming and everything. Like right now, they could be dreaming about you too, or figuring out how to do something. But right now, when they think about you, like, they go like, I'm unfulfilled in this situation. I feel good in this situation. I feel like it can go really well, but is this an illusion? Is this just fantasy? Is she just a fantasy girl? Is she a fantasy boy? What is this? Why did something get resurrected? Why is this happening? Why? Looks like a Cancer walked away from an Aries / Aquarius. I'm not sure. You were in your Cancer house. You were in your 4th house when you walked away from somebody. So that means somebody wanted to lay a solid foundation and it didn't pan out. You walked away. Everyone's still kind of hurt. But you walked away. You're going to have a new start. But it's in between. The new start is in between the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands. But then there's this competition, there's arguing, but to me it's like you've got one person standing, everyone's sitting. Like, so you're going back and forth, but if you dominate a situation, it's fine. Like fighting for something's gonna get transformed. It's like a new start can be here. Like, don't give up, but it's sitting next to death. So there could be a transformation, but why there's a transformation going on, somebody's in very illusionary energy. But the King of Wands, right? That's him standing up. It's just like, fight for what you want, if that's the case. But it's like there's one man standing, so it's not really a fight. I don't know if someone's protecting the money. Somebody's just very unfulfilled in a situation. Like, I almost think like the man manifested something, or is in the middle of manifesting something, bonding something, like spiritually or through words, through prayer, through affirmations. I don't even know if they're aware that this is happening or what they're doing. It's like playing with magic, but not playing with magic. You could be dealing with a Virgo. But to me, that's saying that this King of Wands really needs to go within. Because right now, they're very unfulfilled in their life. And they need to start soul searching. They need to use that inner wisdom. They need to see the light. They need to choose. Like, you can't just sit in this situation. You can't have both, best of both worlds. But here's the deal. That's an understatement. Because someone's not even happy if they're in a marriage. So it's like, you don't even have the best of both worlds right now, right? So it's like, you're not even happy. Someone's just staying because they might rule their own throne. Somebody who's very responsible, somebody who has money in the bank, somebody who works hard for their money, somebody who's got a lot of power, and they're comfortable, right? But it's like, you ask me, you were sent here because of earthly power, because you have the power of the earth, like, if that makes sense. Like, there's something here that needs to be done. You have a lot of wisdom. But with the Magician and the Hermit, it's like you want to do it behind the scenes. If that's the case, I think you can get away with it. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. There's a connection. Tell me about the Queen of Cups. Because she's sitting here with her lid off, so it's almost like she opened up, she got hurt, she walked away. I don't think she walked away because she got hurt. She walked away because she was unfulfilled. Like knowing that something would be unfulfilling. Like, how do you win in a third party? You're never ever really complete ever. So it was a 7 of Pence reverse, and I got that twice. So it's, you know, she's like, she's just not investing. She's investing. She's like, where do I really invest my time? Like, there's no way I can invest my time here. It's just, it's heartache. It's lies. It's deceiving. She could have a strong Libra placement where, you know, it's not right. It's not fair. It's all about her morals. Because this is Saturn's all about morals, you know, so you're dealing with somebody who's standing very strong in their faith, in their morals, in their integrity. And if she needs to take that one pent that she could have offered, or he offered, however it went, and it didn't go down, she's going to take that one pent and be out. She won't invest. There's a new opportunity here. Tell me about the Fool. But like, it's like the Fool, because she's linked to the Fool. Or she was ready to take like a massive leap of faith with the 2 of Wands. So the path is here too, right? So she was part of this path or whatnot with the 2 of them. But here's the thing, the Fool's still walking right towards the King. So it's like, even if you walked away, something's not completed. Because the new start is still in between the 2 of you with the Ace of Pence and the Fool with the 2 of Wands. But somebody already walked away. But you're still in the middle. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know if you guys can escape this right now. Like, if you're trying to escape the wrong way, tell me about the Ace of Pence real quick. You got the Lovers with the Ace of Swords. See, the truth has to be exposed. There's something... But it was reversed, so like someone's not choosing. Or the choice has been made, but it doesn't look like it. Maybe the choice was made to walk away and not have a new start. Maybe the choice was, I'm walking away and I'm putting no more time into this. Because she made the choice. He's just sitting on the outskirts. She's hurt. She chose to walk away. She knows there's a path here. There's something about her. But he's still sitting here. Tell me about the King of Wands. He's holding on. Like, in his head, he hasn't let go. But I don't think he can. See, the Ace of Wands, there's such an attraction there. This person's very inspired too. by the Queen of Cups. It's like a magnetic pull. Whatever situationship you're in right now, the two of you, I hate to say it, might have a hard time walking away from each other. It's not going to be quite as... Hold on. I'm gonna grab the deck of cards. Ooh, no. They're extremely inspired by someone's beauty, the way they think, the way they just everything. They're manifesting, but like I don't think they realize it. Some of them most definitely do. Because it comes back in a circle. Whatever this is coming back around. Because it ends with the Hermit going in this direction, with everything starting in this direction. I don't know how long it would take. It could take 5 days. It could take 10 days, 5 months, 10 months. I don't know. 7 days. Who knows, guys? Okay. Don't get your panties in a bunch. For those who are like, but I don't see like melon. Like I don't see any like, I see a little bit of drama, but it's with him. It's not really with you, or vice versa, because she walked away. She walked away from love, or she offered unconditional love and it wasn't taken. She walked away from the new start. She's no longer putting time into this. Someone does not want to be bait. The guy you're dealing with loves lizards, or that's his spirit animal, or something, you know. You might be thinking with the head of his penis instead of the proper head. Because this always reminds me of the head of a penis. Let's not look at it. We all know what the head of a penis looks like. Okay. But like, look at him holding the lizard. And now the lizard is going right towards the chick. Right? Don't have a one-night stand. Don't do it. I don't think you will. This person is extremely inspired. Like the Great Gatsby. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if they like, I don't know. Something about the Great Gatsby with them. They are manifesting. How do I resurrect it? How do I knock out the competition? So I don't know if they're worried that this other person has competition, or they have to compete. It's almost like they think they have to compete for your attention or compete for you. But here's the thing. Someone here already offered unconditional love. So in her eyes, however this works, man or woman, in her eyes, depiction of the cards, it was already offered. She already took a leap of faith. It was turned down. She made the decision. Love is reversed with the Ace of Pentacles to no longer put time into this. She's going in a new direction. She could be hurt. She could be part of a third party. They could be married to a Libra, Cancer, any sign, doesn't matter. Not any sign, it's obviously one sign, right? But like, she got herself out of a deceptive situation. Somebody did. But it's coming back around. It's not done. But by the time he comes back around, there might be competition. That makes more sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up all the clarifiers. I'm going to use a different deck to clarify the major arcana. Definitely be careful with your drinks this weekend. Somebody's putting pills in someone's drinks. You might even be doing it yourself. Like, just be careful. Like, you know how I said I'm going to a concert? I gotta watch my drinks. Same thing. You know what I mean? Making sure somebody's not, like, pay attention. Pay attention. Watch out for drugs too. Your heart starts racing, there's a problem. Might want to call an ambulance. It's not just a panic attack. Especially if this is happening while you're drinking. Because the Hermit was there. There's a lot of pence here. Just be careful with your drinks. Don't overdrink. Because some of you, if you overdrink, all of a sudden you're going to become extremely emotional. Tell me about the Lovers. Tell me about the Lovers. Okay. You got to make this choice from your heart. Deeply emotional commitments are here. It is the power of love. Once again, I've talked about that. The most powerful thing on this universe is love. Tell me about the Magician. Whoa, okay. We got the Eight of Ariel and Divine Guidance. This is the Eight of Pentacles again. Talks about commitment, excellent work, practice makes things perfect. You know, it looks like somebody's going into a new line of work for some of you. But this is divine guidance, the search of a more meaningful life. See what I think I said something like that, like where they have to, this energy of the Magician, King of Wands, like they really have to, like they weren't happy and they're still not happy, but like they're too much an illusionary situation. You know, they need to take an alternative approach to something. They really need to soul search. Like this is being, like, it's definitely guided too. And there's no question. But it's like, remember when I was saying something about their earthly power? Like they're here to do something, whether they're up front in front of the camera, if that's the case, or the working behind the scenes. Somebody who works behind the scenes. Somebody holds a lot of earthly power here. I don't even know if they're aware of that yet. You might be dealing with somebody that's spiritual, but in a different type of spirituality. Not a different type of spirituality, like like you guys are like way different. You could be dealing with a politician, somebody in power, but this person's being guided to put the power to use. But I think they already know they're powerful. They have some type of earthly power. That's all I gotta say. It's almost like it's time to fulfill it. That's why something's coming back around. Like, it's even though someone walked away, or you both walked away, eventually 6 months, 6 days, however it works, something's coming back around. And this involves work, commitment, protection. Someone could be here to protect somebody. And I don't think it's just like bodyguard protection. It's like mental. It's mental too. Someone knows how to protect somebody. So somebody needs protecting too. And it's a lover. But why would that lover need protection? It has to do with work. Somebody must be someone spiritual. The more earthly one looks like the masculine holds power in an earthly realm. Someone holds power in a spiritual realm. It's like someone needs help. The spiritual one needs help in the earthly one, but through protection. I don't know if it's like, it has to do with work, something. Like maybe somebody's real outgoing and bubbly and says things like they shouldn't. Like, it almost reminds me of like what I'm being drawn to is I did a talk yesterday, and I accidentally, it slipped out of my mouth where my content was. Well, spirit shut it down instantly, and I shut it down and I got rid of it, and I started a new chat. So spirit had my back, right? But like there's like a energy here that's here to have your back, and not as in like, I almost said National Guard, not as in like, I don't know what that's about, but not as in like bodyguard is what I meant, but National Guard came out. Like someone knows how to hide you. Does that make sense? I did say something about identity earlier, didn't I? Earlier. I think I said something about identity earlier. That hasn't been exposed yet. This is just like a little insight for something. Like somebody feels the need to protect a lover, like strong, like a strong force. I don't know if they're being forced, but or if they just, it's a contract between the two of you where they feel a strong force, like they feel the need to. Not like Romeo, I gotta come in and save you on a freaking white horse or a black horse. Not like that. It's very strong. It involves work and a commitment. And it's the magician, guy. Something's manifested. It's someone's karma. Something's gonna come into play. Tell me about this justice. Maybe someone can hide someone's identity. But if someone's in the public eye, I don't know. I don't look at it like as simple as like changing your name. Somebody's here to protect you. Somebody's here to... I almost said someone's here to check you rather than protect you. Somebody knows about like... Someone just knows how to do something, but hide someone. I don't know what the frig you're hiding. I don't think it's like a relationship. Like it's way more than that. The Seven of Raphael, it's time to make decisions. Be clear about what it is you want, and take action. It's like the chakras are all awakened. With the Lovers, somebody needs to take action, make a decision. And I said that right off the rip with dominating it. Choose a spear or choose them both. Like just put them each in like one hand, dominate the situation, choose a direction. Like someone needs to choose a direction. So to me, it's one of the Lovers. One of the Lovers walked away, and the other one, the universe is saying, choose. I'm telling you, like, I feel a very powerful connection. If there is a marriage, there's going to be a split. The universe will cause it if you don't. And it's kind of unfortunate, but we know how that rolls. By the time someone comes back around, I don't know if someone will be with someone else, but I wouldn't worry about that. Maybe you step in and you play a different role, some type of protection. The freaking Magician, man, something's about to kick off. But I feel like somebody walked away from something that could have been so beautiful and loving, because it was, but it must have been unfulfilling. Someone needs to balance out the scales. Somebody needs to do the right thing here. And if you have a contract, a spiritual contract, and it definitely looks like you do, you can't escape that. You got the Five of Michael with the Eight of Cups. Yeah, the situation doesn't serve you. So this release the attachment of the outcome and consider and take a more uplifting approach. It's like the Five of Swords. Like somebody was in a no good situation. They walked away. Somebody did the right thing. It's not that it was the bad thing. They did the right thing. They made their own choice. So someone made a choice. But the thing is, someone else didn't. So somebody else is still lingering. What am I going to do? While the other one was like, I'm out. It's coming back around because of spirit. My board is it's hard for me to hear sometimes too, because you don't get an I have free will. We get to make our choices, but your life will crumble. Certain things will fall apart. Like it gets awful if you don't make the right choice. If it's fated, I don't necessarily believe in free will. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's not always free will. I mean, there's always a consequence for the choice. If you choose right, it could be a beautiful consequence. If you choose wrong, it's an awful consequence. Something is about to kick off. Somebody is going to feel that push. And if you don't go towards that push, shit might start to go down. It's with the Magician and being divinely guided. This is not something you can just take yourself out of. As much as you would love to just take yourself out of a situation, whatever's occurring, you don't necessarily have that option. It's not cleared up. If it's karmic, it's not cleared up. Something karmic needs to be out of the equation. It's that simple. And it could, if there's a marriage, it could be someone in that marriage. Like there's something karmic here. Whether there's love between the two of them or not, you're not happy in one of them. So there's something very karmic that needs to be taken out of the equation. And that is difficult because with the Seven of Raphael, someone spent a lot of time in a situation that was karmic. And we all do it. I stayed in my marriage 5 years too long, even though it was for 21 years, but 5 years too long when I knew better. And I still did it. So I'm gonna run to the bathroom again, and we're gonna dig a little further. I'm gonna try to look at this in a different way because I want to see there's something with work and guidance and earthly power. If there is a man in your life or stepped into your life or is currently in your life, however it rolls for you. It must be a little frustrating right now because they're not unless they're not, they can't go nowhere. They're stuck. The other one could be out and about doing her thing, having a new start, enjoying herself. The other one's gonna feel stuck. And you're not gonna feel, well, you're probably gonna feel stuck. You're gonna start feeling that force. Oh, I don't like situations like this. What this is also telling me is that someone has a karmic contract, okay, with two people. Someone has a karmic contract with two people. One of them's up. It's time for the other one to take place. That's why there's three people here. I know I'm sitting on her paws. Sorry, baby. Come on, baby. So, but somebody's other karmic contract was up a while ago and they never took themselves out of it. And now they got themselves in a tricky situation because when you had the time to take yourself out of it, you didn't. There had to have been a time where you didn't have to go back, or a time where you just, it's like, it was like my karmic contract with the catalyst, why I started the channel, right? It's like that. I had to take myself out of it. It sucked and it was hard and it was painful and I did it. And then I got myself into a new karmic contract with someone else. Okay. So now that someone else you're dealing with is a lover. So now you got this, it looks like the gentleman has a karmic contract with two people. They need to take themselves out of one of them. They're going to start really feeling forced or pushed. And it sucks. I've been there. It sucks when you're kind of forced out of a situation. But you must have a really good situation in front of you. You have blessings in front of you. You got unconditional love. You got unconditional money, unconditional time, unconditional guidance. So it's not like you're getting forced into a fucking pig pen of pig shit. So I would consider your blessings. I would consider yourself lucky, actually. Maybe that's the whole reason why I was talking about appreciating what you really have in life. And I'm sure you appreciate a lot of things about both of these people or all these situations. But if you ask me, there's a karmic contract that is already in play and it's being guided. The old contract is done, but you're still in it. And I felt awful because if any of you guys are still married and you know it's going down the shitter, I am sorry. But you have another common contract with someone else too, because you step into a new one. Somebody won't be left by themselves. That's for sure. And if they do, it's their own karma for never learning certain lessons. But I don't see that because the other person's been coming into the picture. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Whatever this situation is definitely coming back around. This is somebody that you probably just met within the last 5 months. This is linked to my 44 videos. This is more than, hell, you got yourself in a pickle. One person now has 2 karmic contracts. And one has to do with link with wisdom, spirituality, work, protection. And somebody's about to find themselves in the 5 of Swords energy because they're not choosing. So it's going to seem like everything in your life is just a loss. Because somebody gave you the opportunity to choose. And that's what I'm saying. Like, unconditional love, unconditional time, unconditional money, unconditional commitment. Like, you can't go wrong with your new contract. This contract is already been set up and signed, smacked with a kiss, up in heaven, up in spirit world, up in the planets. Like, I can't get out of it. It is time for it to come together on earth. The 2 of you agreed. The longer you fight it, the longer you're in a shit show. Maybe you started off with lovers and maybe you're meant to be friends. Regardless, chances are you still remain lovers. Regardless, the one that's in the marriage, the contract's up. So no matter how it goes down, a new life is here. You guys are here to teach each other. Told you guys plenty of times, once you get yourself out of a contract, you're just in another one. There's nothing you can do about it. Well, you can choose to ignore it, but you can also watch your life go to shit. And that sucks, because I've had that happen to me. Someone's on a new path, and we all know what it's like when we start a new journey. It's difficult. There's nothing easy about it. Choices are hard. I mean, when I became spiritual, I was so crazy. I was literally to the point, like, do I need to go to a loony bin? Remember, I quit my job. I quit my job over a man that wasn't even in my life like that. Like, I was so loony and didn't know what was happening to me through a massive transition that I couldn't handle going to work. I couldn't handle other people's energy. I couldn't handle being told what to do. I couldn't handle it. I went through my entire bank account in 1 year of some really good money. I had a really sensational job through the union. And I just quit. But it was meant to go down that way. And now here I am. And that's when I found you guys. And that's when you guys found me. Okay? So I know what someone's about to go through. If it's not done properly, it's tough. You found yourself in a very tough situation. And it's even tougher because it looks like you're unhappy in a marriage. The other one that you were intimate with already walked away. And now you got this gentleman sitting here. What do I do? How do I do it? What? Like, they know that there's something. They know it's destined. Is this my person? Is she the one? Is he the one? They know. They got massive decisions to make. And if you're the exterior lover that walked away and this back and forth, you're going to have to handle it the best way you can. But somebody is spiritual. And which might make it even harder for you, because you know how it has to get done properly. about the Ace of Cups? This was love that was offered. The universe is giving it to you. Got the Four of Raphael. You got to seek out other possibilities. Look at the magic in life, being more aware of your emotions. So somebody does not want to open the heart chakra. Somebody does not want to own up to their emotions. Somebody's not thinking with their emotions. Somebody turned this down because they don't work with emotions. So it could be it could be the gentleman, or it could be the feminine that shut their emotions down, or they did, because it's sitting next to you got the Four of Pence twice. So it's like you're still holding on, but like you're not in tune with your emotions. You might be, you might not be. I mean, somebody's not. I don't know which lover it is. But it's basically saying be aware of your emotions. You've seen a lot of dragonflies too. That's a sign for you. But with seashells, maybe you need to go to the beach. I don't know. Or maybe when you go to the beach, you're more in tune with your emotions. Somebody's more mental. Somebody's more thinking practically. And the universe is just like, no. This time around, it's love. There's no way around it. This is whatever this is, it's based off of love, emotions, feelings, speaking, communication, exploring, feeling them, using intuition, all the above. So considering, you got the energy of the Aries and all these eights and the power, you're dealing with somebody who's extremely smart, very tactical approaches, extremely smart. Somebody does not make decisions based on feelings. That's what's missing. Tell me about this Eight of Pence. This is work because you got it twice because it came out with divine. It's like they're being guided to work with you. I don't know if it's actual work. It's a contract. It looks like love and work. Because you have the Ace of Pence and the Ace of Cups. And you had the Ace of Wands. So not only are you guys sensational lovers, you both have unconditional love for each other. And there's a good chance you guys will end up making money together. Or they will guide you in a direction. Or they're here to protect you. They're here to protect your work. It's something like that. Five of Raphael. So now you got 444, 77, 88, 555, 777 actually, 888. So now you have 777, 888. There's a divine path here. There's divine intervention. There's good luck. There's wisdom. You're on a divine path. You started it. You're on a brand new journey. You got 888. That talks about harmony. That also talks about manifesting material needs, and it's sitting on top of a whole bunch of pence. And now you got the Ace of Cups with a lover. Everything I just said is extra confirmation with all these numbers. It's the Five of Pence on the Eight of Pence. You need to go through your current challenges. Help is nearby. It's just a matter if you want it. You got to let the negative thoughts go because you're self-fulfilling your prophecies right now. That's why I said that tower may come in, or it already came in, and this is why you're sitting next to the Five of Air, because right now you're feeling like you're losing everything. Like something's you can't place it. So if this is you, no matter man or female, you got to put some heart. You got to put some emotion into it. You're being taught a different way. And it's not easy because it's almost like you're being asked to erase not everything, because you need you need whoever you are. You're very powerful. So you also need that side of you. It's not like they're taking away everything. You're in a new contract. You're being too negative, sitting right next to the Five of Swords. It's like you're in a situation, a marriage. It's no good. It's done. It's over. Gabriel, you need to walk away from it too. You need to walk away from it and go towards love. You're in a tricky situation. Let's find out about the Seven of Cups, and then we're gonna wrap this up. I think Seven of Cups. You got the High Priestess and the Queen of Gabriel, which is the Queen of Wands. Two very powerful women that are extremely intuitive. You got the passion, you're very charming, you're brilliant, you're independent, you're powerful, you're psychic, you might have a medium, you know how to reflect the right way. You're very valuable, okay? They want you to, also you got to use your intuition, but the peace is coming, okay? And it's basically saying you can do anything right now. Go after what you want. You have the ability to attract and help other people too. So what this is telling me with this particular Seven Cups with the Empress underneath, this is not illusionary to you. You got options. Things are coming your way. And I think the person that's in the picture is also here to guide you, to help you. Because they know how to love unconditionally too. They know how to give the time that's needed. It's just a matter of them allowing it to happen. Let me just see what this divine guidance is. Divine guidance. Well, we know everything I just spoke of, but for what purpose? It's coming out with its commitment, but it's also with the Eight of Pentacles, so it's work, commitment, love. So I kind of already got our answers, but I just want to see, with it being a 5, it's kind of like the Hierophant, but not, right? 10 of Raphael, it's the 10 of Pentacles. So it's with work too, and love and family. It's having a harmonious relationship. It's having families. It's a happily ever after. It's love. It's blessings. See, I told you. It's like you're in a really tough situation right now. But like I said, you're getting unconditional love, unconditional money, unconditional love for family, money, wealth, abundance, good health. Like this new contract is a blessing. It is a blessing. And I don't think somebody's looking at it like sitting in pig shit, but they don't see the blessing, which is fine. It takes time. I didn't see a blessing. I didn't see that silver lining for a very long time, right? So, but at the end of the day, you have fulfillment, happy life, materialistically, just abundance. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, it says your worry is extremely unnecessary. Focus on your thoughts and a different outcome. Go after desire and passion. Release regret and guilt. And let your angels worry about that. So basically, we've talked about that. Let your angels take care of the guilt, the worry, whatever it is you're feeling. That's why we have guidance. That's why we have our spirit guides. Let them take it. You know what I mean? Like, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, like, that's why I say thank you guides all the time. And I've been saying that a few times throughout this message. Like, let them take your worries. Let them help you. Give them your worries. Like, dear universe, however you pray, please help me take my worries away. Like stuff like you would release with the full moon. It's kind of the same thing. Talk to your guides. They're here. We have angels, we have guides, we have higher power, we have stuff unseen, right? But like, you're like, when there's miracles, like you're thanking God. Like, yes, it's important to thank whoever you believe in. But at the end of the day, it's your guides. It is your guides that do all the work, that report to other people. You don't go straight to the council. Your guides report to the council. So thank your damn guides, your angels. Even thank that little devil that sits there, because that's what gives that balance. Okay? It's quite the read. Whatever this is eventually coming back around. But in the meantime, someone's going through a spiritual transformation, and, you know, say some extra prayers for that person. For real. You got love for someone. Like, look out for them if you can. Because you were sent to each other. You both are going to be extremely beneficial to each other. Extremely beneficial. And it's so crazy because for 4 months, I was telling you something's coming in, and it has to do with love and money and all these things. And it was your new path, and it was a new cycle. But how long did we see that one person that you get involved with? Because I'm like, some of you might get involved with your boss, which ends up being a lover. But we saw that third party. We saw that marriage on the board 4 months ago. So if you guys just stepped into this month or last month, and this is a new cycle for you, whether you know this person or not, it's a new cycle. And this one has to follow through. So try not to stay in it for 3 years or 2 years or a year. Try not to stay in it that long without trying to make this work. Because you all know what it's like to be in those fucked up cycles. And 4 months ago, I started telling you guys this. Chances are somebody's married. This person's coming in. It looks like it's going to be a lover. It's going to be past life. It's going to be a connection. You guys are eventually going to work together. You have a contract. Blah, 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 blah. Bam. Bam. Here it is. Here it is. And it could be the same person from 4 years ago. But this is a new contract. It's a new way of doing things. Okay? Or somebody brand new has stepped in your life within the last 4 months. And if they haven't stepped in yet, they're about to. They're about to step in. But you will find yourself in a third party. You will find yourself with exterior energy. You will. You will. Is Janice here again? Man, my mind just going shopping every day. Going to the jewelry store, going to the mall, going to the outlets. I should probably go shopping with her. So, I'm going to be back in a little while. We are going to finish up the air. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Okay. Ooh, try not to stress about this situation that's on the board, because at the end of the day, the situation's still going to be here. So don't fret on it. Do your best to get yourself in a very grounding, compromising situation. Do what it is you do. Somebody is going towards something new. Something's just coming back around. One card. What is it? 6 of Cups. Oh my God, I don't know what this is, but this wants to make an appearance too. The Hangman, but this Hangman talks about mighty water, so that's all about emotions. But the 6 of Cups, it's the Lord of Pleasure. You can have it or choose not to have it. I do have time for a private. Yeah, call me. Text me. Friggle6, email me. Yeah, I can probably. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, I do have peace restored. Eventually it's coming. But you also have to choose peace. You have to choose it. Okay. I do have the new thing out where I'm offering either $40 or $50, whatever you want to pay, to find out who you're dealing with, if this is really a situation you should stay in, if somebody else has come to you. Is it your twin? Is it your life partner? Is it this? Is it that? If you decide to do that, make sure you go to the link below, and it will say to benefit our channel. Put in the amount, and I need your date of birth and their date of birth and names. Okay? And I will tell you your current situation. And if I see a powerful twin or a powerful, they're all soulmates to me, all right, but a powerful this and that because of the people decided to name them, I'll let you know what type of energy is in your life and what direction you should be doing and going. And okay, so that's available too. I'm only doing that one time and I'm done. That video will come out, those groups will come out on Tuesday. It's a lot of work, so I'm legitimately doing it this one time. It just happens to be the right transit. Okay, so with that being said, I love you guys. I'll be back briefly, and we'll do Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. All right, so enjoy your weekend. It doesn't look like this is just your situation, right? So you can either sit in the Five of Swords energy, or you can think outside the box and start thinking with your heart or your emotions or whatever it is in a different way to enjoy your weekend. Okay, because it doesn't really look like anyone's coming in or out. It looks like somebody already walked and somebody needs to get, the other person needs to walk away and then walk in this direction. So it doesn't look like there's anything this weekend really going down besides, you doing what it is you're doing and enjoying the energy, and and then the other one is just they get to choose, how do they want to feel. Do you want to sit in sorrow? Do you want to sit in chaos? Do you want to sit in something you're not happy with? Do you want to sit in something or this and that? Somebody's thinking too practically. Practical is nice. Thinking logically is nice, and it seems practical, but you're being put in a situation where that type of practicality does not exist in the spiritual world. Like they know you're smart enough to succeed in conquering certain things and protect and do what is necessary. But you need to learn a spiritual lesson when it comes to unconditional love and accepting it. And it's harsh lessons. So it's up to you and your mentality this weekend on what you want to focus on. You want to focus on A, B, C, D. It's up to you. But you got two very different energies. Eventually it's coming back around. If it makes you feel better by me understanding and telling a story, if it helps you, then that's fantastic. Okay. But you might be spending your time elsewhere, and somebody else is spending their time elsewhere over here. And perception, what type of emotion over the weekend do you want to feel? Ultimately, it's in your hands. You want to sit in the sorrow, sit in the sorrow. You want to go out and play, go out and play. You want a smile on your face, then you choose to hit up the friends or walk your dog or go to a park or get on a bike or take a boat ride, go in the canoe. I don't know. It's up to you. You have the Two of Wands. You choose. You choose what energy you want to sit in. Hang out with the kids, movie night, popcorn, make something new. Go make cookies from scratch. Whatever you want to do. And just say no to drugs. Just say no to drugs. I'll be back shortly. Give me about 20 minutes. Okay? I love you guys. And I almost just said, let's get it on. So maybe you guys are going to have that type of weekend too. I don't know. Look at the bottom of the deck, though, was the sun. Whoop, whoop. Okay. It's the power of positive thinking. That's your weekend. And it's a 1. Okay? It's on you. It's not always easy. I stayed in that type of energy 2 years, 2.5 years before I was like, all right, I'm gonna step out of this contract. It's no longer serving me. All right. So I don't know what you're in for, but it doesn't look like it's gonna take that much longer to roll around. It's in weekend energy. Like it's the aces were here, the opportunities are here, the magician's here. It's being divinely guided. It's just a matter of the push and pull between energies right now and acceptance. But it looks like in the end it's a blessing. So I, looks like it's a win-win, even though someone's thinking it's a lose-lose. I love you.